Good morning, it's 7:43, and you've probably heard the term helicopter parent, meaning a parent who's overly involved, hovering over their child. Well, now there's a growing style of parenting dubbed no rescue. So what is no rescue parenting, and how can it affect your family? Parenting expert Jackie Insinger is here to answer all of our questions about it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here
Thanks
today.
for having me.
Is this basically the opposite of helicopter parenting, or not quite?
You know, there's so many different buckets. It is very different philosophy than helicopter parenting, where you kind of hover and try to make sure that every aspect of your child's life is taken care of. With helicopter parenting, this is allowing your child to make mistakes, suffer the natural consequences from it, and hopefully learn from those mistakes and not be the fixer or the concierge for your child.
This is not necessarily a new philosophy. We kind of tend to go in cycles in parenting, don't we?
Yes, this is maybe the way we all grew up. A little bit of trying to get that accountability, responsibility. If you leave your jacket on the floor, it might stay on the floor. If you leave your homework on the counter, that might be where it is when you get home from school. It's not coming in and rescuing and fixing the problem all the time after it happens, but maybe helping you on the back end avoid the problems. But if you make a mistake, allowing the natural consequences to happen for it.
Which is really helpful in life. I mean, the end game there is for them to be a successful adult.
Yes.
So how do you know if this might work for your family and if your child is ready for it?
So there are 4 different things that come to mind. The first is your child needs to be developmentally ready, emotionally, socially, and age appropriate for your child to be able to handle those kinds of responsibilities on their own without mom and dad really being the scaffold all the time. I think the second thing is this needs to be a repeat offender. There are always those one-off, conscientious kids who make these mistakes. So coming in and helping them in those situations is very different than a kid who shows a pattern of irresponsibility or forgetfulness. And in those situations, allowing them to learn the natural consequences outside of the home from their teacher or their coach for forgetting things is a really powerful tool. So that's the number 2. Number 3 is really preparing them for this. Instead of just all of a sudden not being there to pick up the slack for them, but telling them, hey, this is how it's going to work now. You're ready for this. If you forget your homework, I'm not going to bring it in. So you're going to need to figure that out with your teacher. So getting them ready. And then the 4th one is setting them up for success. No rescue does not mean no support and no help. It means I'm not going to step in once the mistake is made and fix it for you, unless, of course, it's dangerous or something like that. But setting them up and giving them the tools to help them do this. Our goal is not to say, I told you so, but it's to raise these self-confident kids who are accountable and responsible on their own, who can handle situations and own them and find solutions and learn from them.
Well, I know you said that you tried this with good success with your own son.
Yes.
And now I've got to try to make this. I know my kids need this. Thank you so much, Jackie.
You're
Good
welcome.
morning, Jen. See, we
Good
got to
morning.
raise those responsible adults.
Well, all of us make mistakes, and accountability, I think, is a big one. So I like those tips, guys. Let me take you out.